Hey guys, welcome to another recap of The Bachelor. It's the final episode, followed by the final episode of After the Final Rose. So it's down to Chantal or Emily, and they're in South Africa where they're going to be meeting Brad's family, and they arrive, and Brad is flipping out. I mean, talk about emotional. This was over the top. It was too much. I mean, the vein was like ready to pop out on his head. I thought he was going to have a stroke or something. It was weird. He even had to do the rail cry. He is contractually obligated, but he really pulled it out. It was very convincing. I don't know why he got so crazy emotional. I mean, I can see wanting to see your family and being, you know, tears of joy and all that, but it was just like he was having a complete meltdown. So Chantal arrives, and she tells everybody that she loves him, and, excuse me, wait one second. Brad and Chad, the twins, kind of corny. Just had to get that out there. All right, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. They liked her. They always like the first one. Emily arrives. Brad is freaking nervous as hell because she's got a kid, and apparently that makes him extremely nervous. The whole kid thing is just like, you might as well stick pins under his nails. He doesn't want to talk about it when they ask about the baby daddy, and she's like, oh, Brad, we have to tell them. I mean, it's your freaking family. What is wrong with him? Why is he so avoiding it? It's just so weird. So she tells her story, which was wonderful. There's not a dry eye in the house. Everybody loves her. The brother's like, dude, you're having a family. And Brad's like, hey, yeah, it's great. That kid drew me pictures. I love Ricky. All right, so the family liked both of them. But you know what? They liked Emily better. So they recommend that Brad picks Emily. And Brad seems to be a mama's boy, so he's probably going to do what his mommy tells him to do. He has the final date with Chantal. It's a boat ride. They went swimming with the sharks. It was actually kind of lame because the shark tank was like right next to the boat. It was like 2 inches underwater. They didn't even have tanks. All they had to do was hold their breath. You know what? You could have went to the aquarium and did the same thing. Then they went back to her room, had drinks. She presented him with this really beautiful map in a bottle and a nice letter. It was very touching and heartfelt, and he read it like it was stereo instructions. It was ridiculous. Date with Emily. Okay, they go on a helicopter. They take a ride to the Cape of Good Hope, which I'm assuming is the southernmost part of Africa. Picnic. She warns him, it's not all it's cracked up to be, you know, it's not always fun to be a dad. And he seemed to be very preoccupied and like very like jittery and jumpy. Either he better lay off the coffee or he better get a grip. All right, so then they have their drinks in her room. He wants to be little Ricky's real father, okay? I don't know how that's possible, but he doesn't want to be a stepfather. He wants to be the real father. And he thinks he can do it. And she keeps warning him, it's not all you think it is. It's a lot of hard work. And he totally gets a hot flash. I don't know if he's going through menopause or what, but he gets upset awful easily. You know, he gets like flustered. He leaves the room. He's defeated. Hello, Brad. Are you listening? When somebody's got a kid, that is a precious commodity to them. And if some guy comes along saying, I want to be the best dad ever, you know what? That's lip service. She needs to see results. She needs to see action. Cut her some slack. Give her a minute. All right, so it's time for the proposal. They wake up and it's finally there. They get dressed. They go to the proposal deck. How many people realize that every time they have a proposal, they have it on some wooden deck somewhere? I wonder how many of those decks they've made, or they just move the same old tired one around with them. All right, so Chantal arrives first. It's the kiss of death. Thanks a lot, Reality Steve. You got it wrong again. All right, so he's got stronger feelings for someone else. That is how he lets her down. I think that is like the lamest thing I've ever heard. Lamest. Does that mean like she was up here and Emily was up here? So like any minute he could flip-flop? It was a really stupid explanation, and you know what? Chantal feels stupid, and if I were her, I'd probably feel stupid too. So then she runs off, and he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? She's not okay. You just dumped her. She thought she was going to have a ring on her finger. Emily shows up, and he proposes to her, and he's totally reading it. If my husband had proposed to me and read it off a card, I would have been pissed. All right, so he's totally freaking out the whole time too. And then he's like, all right, can you please put this on your finger? He says he loves her over and over and over. All right, let's cut to the chase. It's after the final rose time. Chantal, let's trot her out so we can humiliate her some more. She's got no regrets, but when Brad comes out, it's all awkward turtles. She cried. He tried to comfort her. I mean, he's like a rock. He's stone cold. But don't feel bad for her, because now she's got a boyfriend. Thank God she got out alive. All right, Emily's turn. Let's talk about her first. Brad wanted to marry her immediately. He wanted the After the Rose show to be their wedding. That's a little quick, Sherlock. But because, and it's a good thing that they didn't, because they have already broken up. Don't get excited though, they're back together, kind of. And he was all like angry. He was all like, yeah, sweet little Emily. Yeah, sweet little Emily. It was so sarcastic, and like, you could tell that he's got a lot of resentment there, because apparently she's having a hard time with this whole situation, and that's not good enough for him. So they trot her out. Yes, they're still together. Yes, they're engaged. Have you noticed she's not wearing the ring though? And she admits that it wasn't all roses, because she's having a tough time, and so is he apparently. So she is not ready to move to Austin. She had a tough time, like I said, watching the other girls on Monday nights, you know, like when he's having a good time with them, and she's thinking, I just had a good time with him. Why is he having such a good time with them? It's like watching me, but I'm Chantal. He reassures her. She's not buying it. We find out that Brad has a temper, and there's a secret code for it. It's called poking the bear. Yeah, figure it out. Emily does see them getting married, though, when they finally do work it out, but she just wants to have a clean slate, which I cannot blame her for. She wants to be able to have a normal relationship with him before she actually ends up getting married, because it will be the first marriage for both of them, and hopefully the last. So, if that's not good enough for y'all, let's bring out the holy trinity of the Bachelor Bachelorette franchise. Let's bring out the Mesniks. Let's bring out Trista and Ryan. And let's bring out Allie and Roberto. So they all give them advice in their own little ways, you know, because this is a really effed up situation to be dating like 25 people at once. So there's going to be, you know, you can't play by the regular rules. So basically their main advice was, don't care what anybody else says, and God, please work it out, because this franchise needs another successful couple more than anything. Alright, so roll tape on the engagement, kids, because they haven't even seen it yet. Hello, you lived it. What do you need to see? He whips out the ring at the end. Apparently it just had to be sized. Yeah, he probably had to dig it out from across the street when she threw it at him. I don't know if these two are gonna last, honestly. I wish them all the best, though. And I loved you guys watching for this season of The Bachelor. Don't forget to watch for The Bachelorette, the next one that's coming up. It starts on May 23rd. And my prediction for the new Bachelorette, it's gonna be Ashley. Yeah, you know, the one who dyed her hair, the almost dentist. Yeah. Till next time, kids, much love.